Hello.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome back to The Past Made Me Do It.
I'm Jamie.
I'm Kylie.
And today,
We're back.
we're back. Sorry about the long hiatus.
Yeah, we took a little break for the holidays. Sometimes it's just easier that way with having family and doing all kinds of stuff. Y'all understand.
Yeah, life gets a little chaotic around this time of year.
Yeah. But we're back. Woo, woo, woo. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year 2026.
Yeah.
Any resolutions?
Survive.
Survive. I feel that.
One tear falls down.
One singular.
Well, I'm pregnant again, so get this baby out of me. That's my resolution. Get it out of me and safely, you know.
I like how that's your announcement.
Right? Surprise.
Surprise. Get this baby out of me.
And safely, though. Yeah, I'm going to have 2 under 2. So pray for me.
Oh my God. You're wild.
I'm excited for it, but it'll be a journey. That's for sure.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will. And I'm going to have another little niece nephew.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm excited.
So yeah, that's what's been happening here.
Right.
But now we'll talk about,
What has been happening?
yeah. Cue the music.
Hey, hey, hey.
What's been happening?
Down. All right. First news. Have you heard, Kylie,
Oh, God.
who has been casted for Tangled live action?
I didn't think it was official.
Yeah, they casted Flynn and Rapunzel.
No, I don't know who it is.
Milo from Zombies.
What? I don't know what that means.
Oh my God. The guy from Zombies.
Okay.
Have you seen that?
No.
Oh my God.
Is it good? Is it a good cast?
I haven't watched it.
Milo from Zombies.
I'm going to show you.
Please tell me they didn't cast JoJo Siwa as Rapunzel.
Absolutely not. No, supposedly it is some Australian actress. She's like 21. She's young. She's blonde. She's cute.
What's her name?
Tegan something.
Okay.
I
I saw something about Mother Gothel. Was that cast yet?
I really hope that it's Catherine Hahn.
Yeah, that's who I thought it was. She would do great.
I think she would be fantastic. So Tegan Croft is cast as Rapunzel and Milo Mannheim as Flynn Rider. And it's in talks that Catherine Hahn is Mother Gothel.
Okay.
So
He kind of has the look, I guess.
what I think he can sing because he's part of Disney. And I think he is very kind of spunky and suave. I think he would make a great Flynn Rider.
This picture looks like Flynn.
Yeah, like I think he needs a tan, but other than that, I think he will do a great job.
Well,
I don't know anything about her, so I'm actually quite curious to see how she'll do.
He looks like tan in most pictures, just not the zombies ones, because I think he's supposed to be zombie or something.
He still looks pretty white.
Okay, that's pretty good cast choice. Tegan, what's her name?
Croft.
Oh, she popped up right when I typed in it. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't heard of her, so she's like up and coming, which is what people wanted for these live actions. They wanted an actress to be up and coming.
Yeah, I hate when they choose just someone popular.
Yeah,
and
which
suck.
they did for Snow White.
Yeah. Honestly, no complaints on Snow White. All complaints on Gal. She sucks. The Queen.
Mm-hmm.
She was terrible.
The whole movie just was not good.
It wasn't good, but like I think people were complaining way too much about Rachel. And she was really good, but like Gal, terrible. Absolutely horrendous.
Well, he wasn't even the prince. I don't even know what he was. I just couldn't take him serious.
Oh yeah.
I can't even remember his name, but
I don't know either.
I don't
remember what he looks like, nothing.
Oh, well, he kind of sounded like Kermit the Frog, and that's all I got. And I can't get it out of my head.
Oh.
He was cute. He was really cute, but I was just like, I don't know. Broncos won.
They did?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. You heard it, folks.
Damn it.
That's what's been happening.
My dad only dropped one F-bomb. I lost. We put a pool out of how many F-bombs my dad would drop.
Only one?
Yeah. I said 5 every quarter.
Yeah, I should do that for Basil because, phew. For those Eagles games. But
American football. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. That's what's been happening.
Okay, what about you?
Oh. Well, I didn't know about Rapunzel, though. Because I just have been seeing rumors for years. This person's playing Rapunzel. And I'm like, but they better not be. I don't want to speak about America's news right now because this is not a good place to be right now.
No.
Not a good place to live in. So I'm going to talk about something positive about America, I guess. It's not just America. But Bruno Mars, woo woo, he's coming back. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Making a resurrection.
That's my man's right there. Saw him live when I was like 14. It was the best concert of my life.
That's crazy.
He's so short and cute.
How tall is he?
5'4", I think.
Oh my God, seriously?
He's tiny.
He can move though.
He can move.
Man can
He's got the moves.
He is top 10 of Super Bowl performances.
Oh yeah.
That one of the best. So yeah, he's gonna put on a hell of a show.
I know. So I fought in the Ticketmaster war. If you don't know, he basically is going on tour starting in April, and yeah, I fought with every fiber of my being to get those tickets.
I'm so proud of you.
The second it turned 12 o'clock, I was there in the queue on a sketchy website, but I was like, I'm just trusting the process. It was like a queue to get to the actual website because they were selling tickets on the Air Force Academy website. So I'm going...
Oh, the use off... Okay.
I'm not going to tell you all what show I'm going to there because I don't want any stalkers. Just kidding.
My God.
But anyway, got tickets for that show, and I'm also seeing him in Arizona, so that's exciting. But anyway, the news I wanted to speak of is that he broke a Live Nation single day ticket sales record with 2.1 million tickets sold on Ticketmaster.
That is so crazy.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I figured that Taylor had that record before him.
Yeah.
So, I'm guessing he passed that. But so then after the sales happened, he added 32 more shows.
Oh, 100%. Well, he probably was like, yeah, I don't know how well I'm going to like sell the tickets.
Yeah.
And people are like
eating it up.
Their shit. Yeah.
And also his guest stars are like really big. You know, Victoria Monet and Ray is a big one. Leon Thomas, DJ Pee-wee. I don't know them, but...
Okay, is Leon Thomas from Victorious?
What?
Is that him?
I don't know. Okay, now I gotta search this. It is! Or maybe it's the different person? No, I'm pretty sure. When I go to yeah, it is him! Oh my God, I'm about to see Victorious guy live.
Oh my God. My pop culture...
That was good.
I don't know why I remember that, but every time it popped up, I was like, the third.
You remembered that? That's crazy.
My brain works in really weird ways. It retains interesting information.
Well, that's fun to know. He was also in the Backyardigans, in case you're wondering.
Oh my God, what?
For all 11 seasons. That's crazy.
Oh, well, he's a talented person.
Wow. Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Anyway, Harry Styles also is probably going on tour. So it's going to be a good year of tours, music, a good summer music, I think. So
I love music.
That's what's been happening.
Let's get back to the regularly scheduled program.
To be honest, y'all, I haven't had coffee today, which is like probably my first time in like 5 years. So I'm really just like not functioning. But anyway, hi, Jamie.
Hi.
You ready to talk about some history?
I'm ready.
Okay.
On today's episode, I'm going to be diving into the brutal history that was the First World War, also known as the Great War.
No way.
Mm-hmm.
The whole war?
God, no. Do you know how long that would take us?
That's why I was wondering.
Into it. Not the whole
What led
war.
to it? Or...
Let's get started.
Okay. We'll find out together, guys.
Our story begins on the 23rd of August, 1914. The British Expeditionary Force went into the battle for the first time on the Western Front.
British are coming.
This is a story of the Battle of Mons.
Oh, okay. So you're just gonna do like you're just gonna talk about that.
Yes.
Oh, not the whole war, guys. I should have just shut up and paid attention.
Good Lord.
The Battle of what, you say?
The Battle of Mons.
I don't know this one.
I don't think a lot of people do. Not a lot of people know about the First War.
Okay.
World War.
Cool.
Which is really unfortunate.
Yeah, let's hear about it.
All right. Before British soldiers ever reached the canal outside of the Belgian town of Mons, the war had already claimed its first victim. Private John Parr holds the sad reality of being the British Empire's first casualty of the First World War.
Oh, wow.
John Parr was born in London, and despite being only 17 years old when he died, he was already a soldier. He had enlisted at the young age of 14.
Dang.
And had 3 years by the summer of 1914 of serving.
Damn.
Yeah. His comrades nicknamed him Old Parr because he was so young.
He was 17.
Yeah, when he died.
Jeez.
Yeah. So
Wow.
that is the reality of
The war.
the First World War. People were that young. That's what happened. So Parr served in a bicycle reconnaissance unit. His job was to scout ahead of the main force, gathering intelligence as the British Army advanced from northern France into Belgium. On the 21st of August 1914, while riding ahead of the British
Expeditionary
force, Parr's patrol encountered a German unit. Shots were exchanged. John Parr was hit and killed.
Dang.
Yeah. He became the first of roughly 880,000 Commonwealth men and women who would lose their lives in military service during the First World War.
Holy shit.
Yeah. For the British Army, the Great War had begun even before Mons. So before going further, I will go over where I got my information. I pulled a lot of good information from the Commonwealth Graves website, the History and Heritage Accommodation Guide website from an article by Dr. Miriam Bibby, and the Long Long Trail website.
Okay.
So the roads to Mons began earlier that summer. We have to start from the beginning.
Rewind.
Let's go back. On the 28th of June, 1914, Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria-Hungary and his wife Sophie were assassinated in Sarajevo. As historian Christopher Clark wrote, 37 days later, it was at war. So, the assassination triggered the July Crisis, a cascade of political decisions that dragged Europe into conflict. So this caused huge turmoil all around Europe. This man and his wife getting murdered caused the First World War.
Wow.
Yeah. So
They were pretty important.
yes. So Russia mobilized first. Germany then responded by declaring war on Russia, then France. And on the 4th of August, German troops crossed into Belgium. That invasion mattered deeply to Britain. So the invasion of German troops into Belgium. Why this is important? Britain was a signatory of the 1839 Treaty of London, which guaranteed Belgian neutrality. When German Chancellor Bethmann Hollweg dismissed the treaty as a scrap of paper, that's what he called it.
Damn.
Yeah. He underestimated Britain's response. So when German forces crossed the Belgian border on the 4th of August, Britain declared war. They were like, I'm not joking around. Like, you can't just fucking do that.
Right.
And the Germans were like, fucking watch me. They were like, okay, you're done.
Damn.
So, yeah. Because the Britons didn't want to get involved. They had other shit going on in Ireland and Scotland. They're like, we got stuff going on. And Germans were like, yeah, I'm going to go.
All right.
So German strategy was driven by Schlieffen plan. God, I know I'm pronouncing.
Just kidding, I don't know.
I'm pronouncing that so wrong. So the plan aimed to defeat France quickly by sweeping through Belgium in a massive arc, encircling Paris before Russia could fully mobilize in the east. If France fell, Germany would then turn its full attention to Russia. Now, to stop this, Britain sent its army. They were not large. Britain's army is not very big because Britain is not very large as a country. But they are very highly professional to the continent. Like, their army is very well professional, and they're very highly skilled. There's just not
small but mighty.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And they've always kind of been that way. Like, they've always been like a naval force in the sense. Like, their navy has always been like top tier.
Yeah.
But like their land army has always been like mid in a sense. So in 1914, the British army was small compared to its European rivals, including reservists and territorials. It numbered around 700,000 men. The British
Expeditionary.
I should just have you say it.
Yeah, just point to me. I'll be like, expeditionary.
The British Expeditionary Force.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I feel like we're presenting a school project and we're just like laughing. And the teacher's like, come on, kids.
I don't know why I can't say it. The British Expedition.
Oh my God. Okay, I'll say it.
The British
Expeditionary
Force itself consisted of just 4 infantry divisions and 1 cavalry division, around 75,000 to 90,000 men. But they were professionals. They were the go-getters. So, led by Field Marshal Sir John French, the BEF, also known, was made up of disciplined, well-trained soldiers. British infantrymen were famous for their rifle skills, capable of firing rapidly and accurately at targets up to 300 meters away.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, like,
Wow.
that's so hot.
Wow, that's so incredible. Love them.
So at Mons, they would be tested for the first time. So before this, they kind of just held this title of like, yeah, they could totally do this.
But they didn't prove it.
Yeah. So like this battle was like, they're going to prove that they could do this, or like they were being tested of like, can they actually do this?
Okay.
So pretty much the Battle of Mons is the first battle for the Britons in the First World War.
Oh.
Yeah. That's why it's so kind of like
I feel
influential.
like my bets are on them. Should they not be?
You'll find out.
All right.
Opposing the BEF was General Alexander von Kluck's First German Army, around 160,000 men, supported by 600 artillery pieces, outnumbering the British 2-1.
Okay, that's pretty rough.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
But maybe they're not as highly skilled.
You
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a lot of times it's like you might have like the manpower, the numbers, but doesn't mean that you have the talent.
Because all it takes is one person to have to take on 2 people.
Yeah, and if you like are like super talented,
If you got those rifle skills, as you say you do, British people.
British people,
Can you prove yourself? That's the question.
right? So the British moved into position near Mons along the Mons-Condé Canal. I don't know, it's French. So the Second Corps, under General Horace Smith Dorrien, held the canal line itself, while the First Corps, commanded by Douglas Haig, held positions to the east. A loop in the canal near the village of Nimy created a dangerous salient, jutting out towards the Germans and difficult to defend. So this would become a focal point in the battle. So pretty much they were trying to surround like the area to kind of just make sure that they were backing each other up, but we'll see.
Uh-oh.
So the opening shots of the Battle of Mons were fired on the gray morning of Sunday of August 23rd, 1914.
You just like tell each other like, hey, we're going to meet here at this time. That's it.
Well, the crazy thing is that like the communication, they kind of had to do word of mouth because radio communication didn't really exist.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, I heard that the Germans will be there.
Yeah.
Let's get the troops ready.
Well, yeah, a lot of it too was like passing notes, letters in a sense, and kind of doing like pigeon carrier.
Yeah.
That way.
I always wondered that because I'm like, back in the day, they couldn't just like, you know, it wasn't just
call
on
each
the news.
other up.
Yeah, like they had to get the message, so they probably had to have a few days in advance notice.
Yeah, like they had like radios at the time, but like that type of technology was still in like early development. It wasn't like World War II where it was a lot more like well developed.
Yeah.
To where they could really communicate better with each other and had like phone signals and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a lot tougher.
Makes sense.
So, a German cavalry patrol attempting to cross the canal at Oberg was spotted and driven off by the 4th Battalion, Middlesex Regiment. So, soon after, German artillery opened fire from high ground overlooking the canal. So, at 8 o'clock in the morning, the German infantry started to advance. It was not starting to look good.
My bets are still on the British.
So they marched forward in dense formations and walked straight into a storm of British rifle fire. So pretty much they all, so like a bunch of like the Germans started walking forward and the British just started lighting them up.
Pew, 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 pew,
Yeah.
pew, pew.
So the volume and accuracy of the BEF's shooting was so intense that many German soldiers believed that they were facing mass machine guns.
Damn, and they were just rifles.
Yeah. So assault after assault was stopped dead at a terrible cost. It was, they were
I
just.
knew they were gonna do good.
Kylie's like, my boys.
My boys believed in them from the start.
By mid-morning, the Germans started to adapt.
Oh.
They advanced in looser formation. So instead of like, as they started, because they all first came in really, really heavy groups, they kind of adapted and were like, okay, let's not send as many men out because we're going to lose more that way if we do that. Because if we're in bigger groups, they can't move as quicker and hide in places and stuff like that. Whereas if we send them out in like looser formations, they can hide and move quicker that way. So we're not losing as many men as fast, especially with how fast they're shooting and stuff like that in their skills. Yeah.
That makes sense.
So they were kind of just like learning as they were going, which is like, kind of sucks.
They got the brains, the British got the skills, though.
So they advanced in looser formations and brought overwhelming artillery fire as well to bear. The pressure on the canal line began to tell, which was kind of unfortunate for the British.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah. So at the Nimy and Gillen bridges, the Royal Fusiliers came under relentless attack. Two men in particular stood out. So we had Lieutenant Maurice Dees and Private Sidney Godley. Dees, a Sandhurst-trained officer, controlled his battalion's machine guns from an exposed position overlooking the canal. Though wounded multiple times, he refused to leave his post. He's like, I ain't leaving. I'm protecting my men. I'm protecting this post. I'm not going down without a fight.
Period.
Yeah. When his gun crews were killed or wounded, he took over firing himself. And so he got shot several times and he just kept going.
Damn.
Yeah. And eventually he collapsed from his wounds and died shortly after. Private Sidney Godley took over the gun, continuing to fire until his comrades could withdraw. Wounded and captured, he dismantled the gun and withdrew it and threw it into the canal so the Germans couldn't use it anymore.
Wow.
Yeah, he was like, fuck you guys. You're not going to be able to use it against my men.
Yeah.
So,
damn.
Good for him. So, both men were awarded the Victoria Cross, Deese's being the first of the war. So, which is really unfortunate. So the Victoria Cross is kind of like our version of the Purple Heart. So,
yeah.
Just if people don't know, because I think every military has their own version. That if you get wounded in battle or if you get killed in battle, you get this award for that. And in the U.S. is called the Purple Heart. Mm-hmm. And I guess in Britain it's called the Victoria Cross, which I think this was introduced in this war.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. So elsewhere along the canal, fighting was just as intense. The 4th Middlesex suffered catastrophic losses in the salient. By noon, German troops began crossing the canal in force, so it was not looking great.
Oh, geez.
At Nimy, German Private Oscar Niemeyer swam across the canal under heavy fire to open a swing bridge. He was killed, but his action allowed German troops to cross.
Wow.
Yeah, so he kind of was like a hero in the Germans' eyes.
Yeah, dang.
He probably got his own. He became Germany's first Iron Cross recipient of the war.
That's like when you're hella brave.
Well, that's their version of the Purple Heart.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's called
sense.
the Iron Cross, or the Iron Cross, yeah. So by mid-afternoon, British divisions were ordered to withdraw south of Mons. They're like, yeah, back up, like we're not doing well.
Yeah.
Worse news followed. The French Fifth Army on the British right was also retreating. The BEF's flank was exposed. Sir John French had no choice. The order was given to retreat.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah. What followed became known as the Great Retreat.
Oh.
Yeah.
Everything is just the great.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Over the next 2 weeks, the Allies fell back nearly 250 miles, fighting desperate rearguard actions such as Le Cateau. It was not until early September at the Marne that the German advance was finally halted.
Wow.
250 miles. Yeah. Mons itself would remain in German hands until the final days of the war, when British troops returned, firing some of their last shots of the conflict where they fired their first. Which is crazy to think that, several years later, where they shot their first bullets, they shot their last. So British casualties at Mons totaled around 1,600 killed, wounded, missing, or captured, whereas German losses were estimated between 3,000 and 5,000.
So that's more.
Yeah. So but the Britons still lost.
But technically they didn't.
Yeah. But yeah.
Just kidding. I guess, yeah.
Nobody.
The goal is not to kill as many people as possible.
In my eyes, nobody won because that's a lot of people that died.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I don't feel like war is a way to win anything, but
yeah.
It's like we can't just talk it out. We gotta kill everyone. Like, that's crazy.
Nobody can ever talk it out when it comes to that.
I'll never understand war, but whatever.
Yeah. So Mons was a battle of firsts. So Britain's first major battle of the war, Britain's first casualty, and the first Victoria Crosses of World War I. Also, we have just outside Mons lies the Symphorian Military Cemetery. So here, British and German soldiers lie side by side. Among them are Private John Parr, the first British casualty, and John Ellison, believed to be the last British soldier killed in combat in 1918. Also buried here is Oscar Niemeyer. So I find this kind of quote to be inspiring. Enemies in life, united in death.
Oh, that's kind of cute.
Yeah, because it's like it's really sad to think about, because even watching like war movies and stuff like that, many of these men that went to war didn't have a choice.
Right.
You had to go to war.
Yeah.
And many of them were absolutely terrified.
Uh-huh.
And they didn't want to fight the other men, but they had that expectation. And so just like coming face to face with these men, they just like have absolute fear in their eyes.
Right. They all feel the same deep down. Like,
Yeah, they had no say. And they're just following whatever their command is in a war that was started because of politics.
yeah,
It's all politics' fault,
as usual.
as usual.
Phew.
So, yet Mons would become famous for something else. I'm not done.
Wait, but I have a question about Oscar.
Yeah.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
Is that where you get Oscar Mayer Wiener from?
No.
Because isn't his name Oscar something Meyer?
Niemeyer?
Yeah.
I don't
Could
think
be
so.
onto something.
Maybe. Maybe.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead and talk about...
That's fucking hilarious, though.
What's the other guy's name? Hans? No, the Battle's Mons.
Mons.
His name is not Hans, right?
No. I don't know who you're talking about.
Hank? Wait, what's Hank? Who's the other guy?
We have John Parr.
Wait, why did I think there was someone who starts with an H?
I don't know.
Okay, sorry.
So the Battle of Mons did not end with a retreat. In many ways, that is when the most famous story truly began. In the weeks after August 1914, Britain was trying to make sense of a war that had arrived faster and with far greater violence than anyone had expected. Newspapers were full of casualty lists. Families waited anxiously for letters that often never came.
Oh.
Yeah. The certainty that war would be short was already beginning to fade. Like, people thought this war would maybe last like several months.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was not going to happen. It never ends that way. Never expect that.
Shoot.
It was an atmosphere that one small story would take a life on its own. On September 29th, 1914, a Welsh writer named Arthur Machen published a story in the Evening News. It was called The Bowman. Machen was not a soldier. He was a writer of supernatural and historical fiction.
Okay.
Fascinated.
Slay.
Yeah. He loved myth, medieval history, and folklore.
Love that.
Yeah. Having read newspaper accounts of the retreat from Mons, he was struck by an image of British soldiers enduring fire and exhaustion and somehow holding on. And he was just like, I am going to write a story. And so he created The Bowman. So pretty much the story would have these ghostly medieval archers that appeared on the battlefield. Spirits of the long dead bowmen of Agincourt. I don't know what that is. I think it's something biblical. Firing arrows into the enemy ranks and turning defeat into victory against the Germans.
So they're like dead, but their spirit is there.
They're like spiritual
Being.
bowmen people, yeah, with like helping the British
Are they are
against the
that
Germans
died already, or
no, it's a story.
but they're well, like, are they like, so they're not related to the war? They're just there to like
Yeah,
help
to
them.
help the British. Yeah.
Oh, okay. At first I thought it was like the fallen soldiers who turned into these.
No.
Oh, okay.
They're like medieval archers.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So they just like, I don't know, there's a battle going on, and these like medieval archers were like, there's a battle. We must protect our own.
Okay.
So, yeah. It was meant to be fiction.
Yeah.
That's what he wrote it for. But people, they started asking questions.
Oh my God.
They were like, did this really happen? Were there witnesses? Has something otherworldly appeared on Mons?
He's like, no, I just felt like writing this.
He was really puzzled at first. He was like, what are you talking about? Like, this is a story I wrote. And then he was kind of alarmed afterwards. He was like, do you think this is real?
Oh, shoot.
People thought it happened. He thought, he was like, these people think that these spiritual bowmen, medieval archers, were at the battlefield protecting the British and helping them kill these German soldiers. And he's like, what the fuck did I do?
Oh my God. It's like the old people who fall for AI stuff.
Yeah, there was no factual basis. No soldiers had reported such a vision. It was simply a piece of his imagination. But the story had escaped his complete control of, yeah, it spread like wildfire. And the bowmen had started to change. So it started as medieval archers. That started to fade away. And in their place appeared reports of shining figures or luminous clouds instead, seen above the battlefield. In some versions, the figures carried swords. So it's like the vision originally of like these medieval archers soon became
clouds.
They no longer were archers. They became angels.
Right.
Eventually. So the story turned so much to where people believed that on the battlefield, angels were protecting and helping the British against the Germans.
Which, like, you can kind of interpret that when you're reading it, but, like, to be like, oh, yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah.
Is wild.
Yeah. So by late 1914 and early 1915, newspapers, parish magazines, and spiritualist journals were publishing secondhand accounts of soldiers who had heard from other soldiers that angels had appeared at Mons.
Honestly, if I was a soldier, I would just make shit up.
Right.
I saw it in the clouds.
Notably, no one could ever produce firsthand witnesses. It was always kind of like, heard from this person who heard from this person who heard from this person that they saw the angels at Mons. Every account was hearsay. Yet the story grew stronger and it spread like wildfire.
Huh.
Yeah. Part of the reason was because of timing. By Christmas 1914, the war had stalled into trench warfare. So casualties were rising at a horrifying rate. So many people were dying at this point because it was just getting ridiculous and absolutely just devastating. Entire communities were just grieving for the loss of their loved ones. And traditional religion was experiencing a revival. Because what do you do when you're losing that many people and you're in turmoil? You turn to religion.
Right.
And alongside the surge in interest in spiritualism and supernatural, and when you have this story that started rising and angels are involved, this story is just going to surge like crazy.
Yeah.
And so people were desperate for this story to have meaning and for it to really mean something, that like the British had someone higher up on their side instead of their skills.
I feel like if you're grieving someone, maybe like that can help, but like, oh, wow.
Yeah, so
Okay.
the angels of Mons kind of provided them this like reassurance of like these angels were protecting their loved ones out on the battlefield.
Yeah.
So
Because
like,
then they're like, oh, my son is going to be an angel next war.
or like they're not going to be alone if they die. That the
Yeah,
angels
yeah.
are going to be there with them.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Again, I can see how it's good for grieving, but it's just crazy that, like,
How this simple story just
yeah,
turned into that.
Like, it was just a fun little story.
Yeah. And it turned into that.
Oh my
All
God.
because of this battle. It's crazy.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. So the legend gained further momentum in 1915 when a nurse writing under the name Phyllis Campbell claimed that wounded soldiers had told her the visions of St. George and angelic figures appearing on the battlefield. Arthur Machen publicly challenged her account. He pointed out that it was entirely secondhand and inconsistent. By then, it no longer mattered. But he pretty much every account that he could, he was like, guys, it's fiction, but nobody cared. They're like, no, it happened. And he was like, whatever.
Damn. Powerful man right there.
Yeah, so what made the Angels of Mons especially compelling was that they did not contradict patriotism or religion. Protestants could accept angels more easily than saints. Catholics could interpret the story in their own way. Even those with little religion could believe that and see the angels as symbolic. So from a wartime perspective, the legend was useful. It boosted morale. It encouraged enlistment. It suggested Britain's cause was just and watched over. So pretty much like this story helped a lot of people in that sense.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy how that works. But, you know, it worked for them and, you know, it helped, I guess. So, ironically, the real explanation for what happened at Mons was far more impressive than any miracle. British riflemen firing with great accuracy. They did such a great job at the battle. Like, it's kind of sad that they didn't really get that recognition.
If there were more of them, they would have.
Probably. So they created the illusion of overwhelming firepower that to the fact that German troops genuinely believed that they were facing machine guns. Then that,
and they killed more people.
Yeah, they were disciplined. They had professionalisms. They held the line as long as they could for being such a small unit.
Yeah.
Yet history shows that people prefer meaning to mechanics. That's what it comes down to, unfortunately. Damn. Yeah. So Arthur Machen spent years trying to debunk the legend he had unintentionally inspired.
Oh, no.
Yeah. He later wrote that the story had become a snowball of rumor. Growing larger and further, it rolled from the truth. Still, the Angel of Mons refused to fade away. They appeared in newspapers, artwork, sermons, and popular memory. Even today, more than a century later, a question is still asked, what did soldiers really see at Mons?
They saw a bunch of people getting killed and blood everywhere.
They saw fear. They saw exhaustion. They saw death.
And maybe an angel or two.
And they saw what they needed to see. So the Angels of Mons remind us that history is not just shaped by bullets and orders. It is shaped by stories.
Aw.
Yeah.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So, yeah. That, when I researched this, I was just like, the fuck is this about? Because I had never heard about this one before, because I wanted to do, because I haven't covered a World War I since probably when I did the Christmas truce.
Oh, yeah.
And that one was really fun. Like, I want to cover more World War I because it is such an influential war that not a lot of people know about because the information is kind of sparse. The stories are kind of sparse because not a lot of men wanted to talk about it when they came back. It was horrifying.
Yeah.
They hadn't seen anything like that. It was terrifying, and it was different from what they had ever thought of seeing in their lifetimes. Mm-hmm. War is no joke.
Right.
So I thought that would be a very interesting one for the first British battle of World War I.
That is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just step into World War I once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That guy's a legend for creating that story, though, to be honest.
He was just like...
He's like, guys, please stop. And they're like, no, we're going to make it even crazier.
That's just funny that he just spent his career trying to debunk it. And they're like, no, we're not going to listen to you. He's like, guys, come on.
He just doesn't want to get sued. He's like, I never said it was real. Never said it. Oh, that's really interesting.
Mm-hmm. That's all I have for today.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Where can you find us?
You can find us on Instagram, TikTok at The Past Made Me Do It, and you can email us at thepastmademedoit@gmail.com.
Love that.
All right. We will talk to you next time.
Yes, we will. So catch us next week.
Woo woo. We got a fun one next time.
I'm excited.
Well, fun is one way to put it. All right. Goodbye.
Bye.